Welcome back. Day number 6, and I'm feeling a little bit better. And I'm getting ready to head to the shop. I even noticed my eyes look a little better. My good buddy Fox sent me some pictures, and I went and looked, and there was all kinds of comments on there, you know, basically talking about my arm came up out of the car because I don't run arm restraints. And I knew that, okay? I knew my arms came up out of the car because that thing flipped and my arms came up out of the car, and I was pulling them in as hard as I could, and it didn't matter. I couldn't get them in. I couldn't even close my eyes, which is why my eyes are red. Typically, close your eyes, go for a ride. You always see it coming, you know? Well, I was almost by him before I climbed his left front with my right rear. And, you know, so, yeah, I knew there was going to be contact because he was coming down, but I was committed, and momentum is momentum. I had momentum going forward. I was going faster. I went for a ride. Didn't catch it. You know, they don't mandatory arm restraints. And honestly, when you're racing a bus with the steering wheel flat, you know, and you try to reach the top of the steering wheel and your arm restraint goes from there to your belt and stops you at Terre Haute down the front stretch, and you are almost yard sell some guy's car down the front stretch at Terre Haute running 110 miles an hour, you might think twice about running arm restraints. With that being said, somebody was looking out for me. I was super lucky that I didn't hurt myself any worse. My hands are a little bit beat up. And, you know, I don't know if you knew this. Race cars are dangerous. I drive race cars. I do that for you guys. I do that for me, but I do that for the entertainment of everybody else, so you guys don't have to put yourself through it, okay? How about that? I love driving race cars. I have chased this dream my whole life. I sometimes wonder about dads pushing their kids to go do what we do, you know, because, you know, one bad choice in a race car could be life or death, could be a broken collarbone. You know, I'm so fortunate to still be here, be able to talk to you guys, you know. And I knew this coming into this deal, you know, like, I come from a blue-collar family, and I wanted more out of my life, you know? I didn't want to just lay flooring my whole entire life, and that's where I was headed. And racing has really given me this life that I've always wanted, you know? Going fast, driving awesome cars, traveling the country, you know, my YouTube channel, like, this is all I've ever dreamed of. And, you know, back in 20 years ago, I had an in-car camera on the car at Phoenix trying to do footage because I knew, you know, back then I was making stunt bike videos and hustling stunt bike videos to make $20, you know, at the parking lot, you know, when I was riding my street bike. And it's no different now, you know, making videos, creating cool content for my fans, for my friends, for myself, honestly. When I started this channel, I, you know, started at the bottom and was just like, you know what? Who cares if you're starting at the bottom? Do this for you. Do this for your kids. Do this for your fans, you know, your loyal fans. And, you know, I'm so happy I did this. You know, I really am. But what was I getting back to? So this whole racing thing is super dangerous. Are you racing for the right reasons is my question, okay? I see all these people racing. Everybody races. Everybody in my life, around my life races, you know, because I'm in the sport. But I see these parents pushing their kids like it's their dream, you know? And these are successful parents. Like, big money. They could probably do big things with their life. But at the end of the day, what do you want to do with your life? You know, do you want to, like, just take it easy and, you know, party on the weekends? Do you want to travel? Do you want to own an airplane? You know, like, what do you want to do with your life? I've always chased automobiles, cars, you know, like I've always chased racing, you know. We started quarter midget racing, and I think I got it in my blood young, and now I don't know anything different, you know. Like, you always go back to, you know, the past and the best times of your life, and that's always been racing. It's always been the people that come to the track. You just end up with all this family, and it's a traveling family. You travel all over the country, and these people are there, you know, and your racing competitors are your friends, you know, they're your family, you know. Almost all of my good racing friends called me this week concerned about, you know, what happened and if I was okay and whether my head was, you know, mashed potatoes, you know, like, so yeah, let's get back to that. You know, last year took a big ride, got a concussion, and honestly, I feel like a lot of that was just being in an old standard seat, no custom pad. I got whiplash concussion basically, and that seat just, it didn't have the good high dense memory foam, you know. And so this last crash, or since my concussion, I've outfitted all my seats with the Dave Sharp Advantage seat inserts, and ultimately the head pad is so much softer and it's so much more designed to take impact like that, and man, I feel like that saved my head, you know. Like, before, when I had a concussion, I couldn't even talk to the camera because my brain was mush, you know, and I didn't have a lot of thoughts, you know, and I've been, you know, kind of fighting some pain this week, so I've been on some pain meds, but short of, you know, that, I feel very, like, with it, you know. I feel like my head's all intact, and I'm pretty stoked to have, you know, found the Sharper Advantage, because that, honestly, your head, you know, blowing the seat with a couple different layers of foam, I feel like really kept my my brain from getting rattled. That was one of the hardest flips I've ever taken, if not the hardest. It spun faster than anything I've ever sat in. It was crazy, you know, very painful. As you could hear from the video, I only watched it a couple times because I didn't like to watch it. But, you know, that's part of racing, and pain is temporary. And, you know, the thing that scares me is, you know, I've lost a lot of friends doing this. Let's be frank, you know. Jason Leffler, Josh Burton, Brian Clausen. You know, when Brian died, man, I really gave up on a lot of things in life, because, I mean, is there really a need for me to pay my taxes when I make like $24,000 a year racing? And I'm going to kill myself racing cars. I mean, Brian ended up that way, and I just don't feel like there's any way I can end up that way, you know. And I've kind of always had that in my head. And to me, you know, it's like, what are your options in life? My options are laying floors for a living. You know, I did that for 10 years, and you know, it's just not what I want to do. I don't want to be a contractor. I don't want to work myself into the ground for a paycheck, you know, to just exist, which is what I felt like I was doing in California, and that's why I moved. And this Midwest life is a lot cheaper and easier living, you know. And but I've always just wanted to do big things in life, you know, and I didn't have anything, you know. Like, I had a street bike, and I had a 240, and a quad, you know, and so I would go have fun with those things. And racing, I always went back to my childhood of racing quarter midgets with my dad and my family, and that was the ultimate fun. We got to travel, we got to race, we won prizes. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Now I win money. It's not a ton of money, but I win money. I make a living driving race cars, you know. That's what I've always wanted to do, and I had to leave all my friends, the beach, the twisty, windy roads in California that I used to, hit on my street bike. I left it all behind so that I could chase this racing dream in order to have a better life for myself, And so now I'm in a place where, like, I have rides, I have opportunities, I got this YouTube channel. Life is good, right? Like, if I was smart and hustling t-shirts on shopTmez.com, which is being closed. I have a new order coming today. I'm supposed to have an order. I'm hoping to get that thing all back up. So go check out some midget shirts. I should be hustling merch on here, and I should be making a great living. But I do this all by myself. I edit everything by myself, and I'm at home with my kids during the week by myself. And I've been really trying to get my girlfriend Madeline on board, but she's got her own life. I guess. I don't know. So I just do my own thing, okay? And here I am where I've always wanted to be, driving race cars, and now I have kids, and it's dangerous, and I might hurt myself doing it. And because of my kids, I'm supposed to just give it up, I guess? I feel like that's what people think I should do. But I tell my kids all the time, you got to go out and live your life. And I am living my best life. You're looking at a guy that moved from California, followed my good friend Jason Holt around for a year to the races trying to get a ride, and everybody told me no. Everybody told me no, and I knew I could do this. So I saved up my money and built a race car. I had a girlfriend at the time, and I talked her into buying me a sprint car motor, a $15,000 sprint car motor. And I built a car, went to the track, and went racing for 12 races. I raced at 12 shows, got it upside down twice. Every time I got it upside down and didn't have the parts to replace it, somebody stepped up and made it happen. A friend, a family, an internet friend off of MySpace back then. It just happened. And at the end of the year, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was going to run it some more, but I didn't have the money to run it, but I had got my name out there, and I had done some stuff in the race car that impressed some people. And so I got myself a ride. And I have never looked back since. I left everything in my past to come here to become a race car driver. I left all my friends. I left everything to come here and do what I've already done. And now it's dangerous. And maybe I should stop because I might get hurt. Sorry. I dedicated my whole life to this. I dedicated my entire life to come here to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm not giving up now. That's what scares me, to be honest. That's what scares me, is that in the race car, I'm a beast. I am fierce. I am a giant in the race car. And I can make things happen that nobody else can. In my mind, I think so, Kyle Larson, he's pretty good. Sunshine, Justin Grant. There's my peers are there, and they're as good and they're as fierce as I am, and that's what makes this sport so amazing. This sport so entertaining, in my opinion. We're defying the laws of gravity with speed and machine and skill, and I'm exactly where I've always wanted to be. And I ain't quitting now, I flipped really hard, broke my collarbone, almost KO'd myself this past weekend. But this ain't the first time, and it probably won't be the last time. And I'm hoping the racing guys are looking down on me, hoping that I'm worth putting up with, because it's really all in their hands at this point. All right, so enough bullshit by T-Mez. Headed to the shop. Looks like you got some arms bent. Those look nice.
Yeah, got that done, so that's nice.
Sweet. Oh, that was nice. Go see John. Say hi. I went and checked out the race car. We went to lunch, got some McAllisters. It's time to go get my kids already. So, hey, as always, thank you so much for watching TmezTv. And, yeah, so, hey, I'm going to continue to bring you guys content, okay? I'm going to go to the racetrack and make you guys the coolest sprint car midget racing content there is. Why? Because that's what I be doing already, and that's what I plan to continue to do. So, new stuff coming out. We're going to continue to live my life, living my best life, whether I hurt myself or not. Hey, that's just, you know, plans change, life happens, and your boy's going to be okay, and I'm going to be back in the wheel. Might even run arm restraints this time, maybe even Nomex. I don't know. Hey, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm out.